Hello, everyone. This is Devan Edwards, aka Devan the Connector, connecting you to the knowledge that will empower yourself. It's been a interesting month, a great month actually. And as you know, from the beginning of this month, I dubbed this month Fearless February, and now today is the finale, the finale. And this live is just really reflecting on how this month was. A lot of quantum leaps took place. Did a lot. Had a lot of fears to face. Fears. Fears that seemed to have been lingering, that had to be what's the word, tended to. Yeah, so, and again, I want to talk a bit more about being fearless, and that kind of aligns with having courage and being courageous. And being fearless is more so knowing the fear is present, but having the willpower, the tools, the willingness to lessen the impact of those fears and break the narrative that it creates in our life, because often it's not serving us, you know what I mean? And one of the things that I had to overcome is the fear of not doing enough. And I mean, I guess that comes in the form of annoyances, you know. It's like, oh yeah, you're in the middle of doing something, you're in the flow, and then the connection just doesn't want to be loyal. And it's like, it's messing up my day. I want to operate the highest potential I can, you know. And I mean, these are things that happen, and it's like, how are you going to respond to the situation, you know? I mean, because sometimes the little things that like will build up. And one thing I realize as well is that even though I'm overcoming or overcome a lot of things, I don't often talk about it, which my girlfriend made me realize today, which is quite interesting. That I mention it, but it's not often spoken of. And sometimes in my mind, I don't feel it needs to be spoken of, but it does need to be spoken of, because when it is spoken of, it releases like an energetic baggage, and it releases any limitations. It releases any limitations that you may be unconsciously placing on yourself, or releases anything unnecessary that's not really serving you, and you don't realize, you know, because there may have been some annoyances that I was holding on to, and that prevented me from doing other activities, which could have made this month even more better. And again, it's all about a plan, do, review. So review how your February has been. Review, like ask yourself, like, even put in the comments below, what actions have you taken where you've had to become fearless, where you've had to identify the fear, challenge the situation, and make a higher choice. Because that's what it's about. Every day is about getting back into harmony and balance. Every day, in every way, it's about reducing. And I remember a story with there was a monk at a monastery, and a little boy has been watching him every day, walking into a jungle full of all these wild creatures, coming back and having to deal with all these responsibilities. And the boy noticed that the monk kept the same energy, kept the same face, despite everything that was going on that could have gone wrong, and that could have knocked him off his boat, so to speak, or knocked him off his level of being grounded. And then one day he just asked the monk, "So, monk, I'm a very scared person. I'm a very fearful person, and I'm just curious. Monk, how do you overcome fear? How are you so good at overcoming this fear?" He said, "What's your secret?" And the monk replied to him, my son, I don't overcome the fear. I welcome it because it's a part of me. Every hiccup, every failure, it's a part of this. It's part of who I am and who I'm becoming. It's part of my success. The failures, the woes that go through my days are not separate from me. It's a part of this process. And the boy was like, "Oh, I get it now. I get it." And he said to the monk, "Thank you, monk. I'm not gonna avoid this fear. I'm gonna welcome it with open arms. I'm gonna evaluate that this level and welcome it so that I can control it, and I can not only embrace it but understand that is there. The challenge, the fear is there, but there's also a higher choice. So I can recognize that this is a fear, and then I can take that higher road." And the boy did it ever since. So maybe you're that boy who's seeking to make higher choices, and that can be what you do going into the next month, the next day, this next moment, the next few minutes of your day. And I definitely encourage you to do that, because I'm gonna do that myself, you know. So have an end. Make this fearless February finale be a great one, and do something that will make you uncomfortable, but it will eventually make you comfortable being uncomfortable, because it is a higher choice. It is greater than the limitations that are being dealt in your life. Okay. Now, this is Divine Edwards, aka Divine the Connector, connecting you to the knowledge that will empower yourself. Have an amazing day. Stay empowered, and just remember, the connection continues. Take care.